So last night, just before 11 p.m., police received a call it was a medical call to a residence here on Hiberton Crescent here in Brampton. And that's in the city of Brampton. And just to give you some context, that's in the area of Sandalwood, Parkway, and Brisdale. We arrived and we located two deceased boys. So we have a 12-year-old boy and a 9-year-old boy that were found deceased in the residence. And at this particular point, we have our Homicide and Missing Persons Bureau that have taken care of this investigation.
It's our understanding that the parents were home at the time. Are they considered suspects or persons of interest or any arrests at this point?
So at this particular point, what I can confirm is that investigators are interviewing and speaking with the occupants of the house. As far as the relationship to the boys and who were in the house, we're not speaking to that at this point just because it's early on and we are trying to maintain the integrity of the investigation. But as of right now, we are speaking with the occupants of the home.
So the original call was a medical call. It obviously was determined when they got here that the deaths were not from medical reasons.
Correct. So it was for a medical call. I can confirm that the call did come from within the house, and that it was shortly after that it was determined that the deaths were suspicious.
And so they've been declared homicides now. Can you speak at all to the cause of death or what types of injuries they say?
As to the cause of death, again, it's still early on with that. So our investigators are still investigating and canvassing and speaking with people. But as far as the actual cause of death, we're not speaking to that at this point.
Any obvious signs of trauma at all?
Again, and it's hard during an investigation like this. There are certain things that we won't be speaking to just to maintain the integrity of the investigation. So as far as those details, if they were to come out a little bit later on, we would be sharing that later on.
Neighbors say that they saw two people being led away from the home in handcuffs. Can you confirm who those people were?
I haven't been made aware of any status of who they've been speaking with, or if they were with the residents or anything with that. So I can't confirm that, but I know that we are speaking with occupants within the house, and investigators have advised though that they believe this to be isolated at this point, and that the threat to public safety that there isn't any at this point.
Can you confirm? We also heard apparently that they do belong to a family of 4. Can you confirm that?
I have no idea, so I can't confirm that.
When you say isolated, do you mean a domestic incident?
I don't have that if that's the case. Again, that would be part of what they are investigating. So the actual circumstances of what transpired here is what they are investigating at this point.
Can you confirm that their relationship with their brothers?
I don't know. I don't know the relationship of the boys.
Heather, are you expecting any update later today?
Yes, actually. I did speak with homicide investigators, and like I said, as they progress with their investigation, and we would be able to share things as we are able to at that point.
Can you talk about the scene here and just what area? Is it all inside the house? Is there a scene outside of the house? We know neighbors say they saw some people maybe looking around outside of the home.
So I can confirm that the boys were located inside the house. So, but usually when we deal with any kind of scenes, we would be cordoning off. As you can see behind me, we would be cordoning off extensive beyond that. So there's the house, there's beyond that. But what you'll be finding as well is investigators that are going to be canvassing the area and just looking for anybody that may have information that they can provide to our Homicide Bureau, or if they wish to remain anonymous, they can contact Crime Stoppers.
Let's talk about the human factor here. I mean, you guys, homicide's part of your job, but 2 kids, 2 boys. It's heartbreaking to everyone.
Well, and in this particular case, I think it's going to touch a lot of people, the fact that we have 2 young boys who are deceased. And I think even as police officers, this isn't something that is, something that we enjoy doing, but we have a job to do, and that's what we're doing today, especially with, like I said, the officers that were on scene, the homicide investigators that are continuing to investigate this, and that's why we want to figure out what happened and who's responsible for this.
There were 2 animal services officers here that went into the scene. Can you speak to that at all?
I'm not aware of any animals on the property.
Have any weapons been recovered?
Not to my knowledge, but I don't know. I haven't been made aware of anything along those lines.
Were the boys found in the same room or the same area of the house?
I don't know where in the residence they were located. I don't know that.
And how long is it believed that they were deceased before they were found?
Again, I don't know how long. I just know that we received a call at 10:55 last night from the residence.
Can you say who
Okay.
it was that made that call?
I don't know, but it was from inside the residence. All right. So thank you, and we will update as we get further information. So thank you.